Montana Television Network. This is Montana This Morning from Montana's news leader.
Well, good morning. Thanks for kicking off your Friday with us. I'm Justine Stewart.
And I'm Louis Dortch. Hopefully you're getting ready for a nice long weekend, Justine. Labor Day weekend.
That's right. It is the holiday weekend. So hopefully you have some nice plans to get out. Well, try to get out and enjoy it.
Yeah,
Make the best of it.
Exactly. Make the best of it. It's going to be hot, though, this weekend, Justine. So whatever your plans are, try to stay cool. We're going to bring in well above average temperature. We're talking about 90s again tomorrow and Sunday. Even some middle.
I mean, it's just, same old thing.
Same old thing. No, you can't get rid of it. Upper 90s. Yeah, can't get rid of it. Upper 90s even on Sunday. We're looking at today, though, air quality alert once again in place here for western Montana. Then a red flag warning is still in place for central Montana. Head just off to the east. You get out onto the plains there, and you can see those winds gusting around 30 to 35 miles per hour this afternoon. So here's your weather headlines for the next couple of days and pushing into next week. Warm Friday, highs mostly in the 80s and still a little bit breezy this afternoon. So even though the red flag warning is in place, we're still going to have pretty high fire danger for today. Hot Labor Day weekend with temperatures in the middle and upper 90s. High pressure going to remain hot, dry, and smoky next week.
Glacier National Park has lost one of its most historic structures, the main structure of the Sperry Chalet, taken by the Sprague fire that's burning on the east side of Lake McDonald since August 10th. Winds pushed that fire to the east, and it created an uncontrollable burn that took that structure.
After 6 p.m. tonight, we were notified by the team of firefighters that were stationed at the Sperry Chalet that the main chalet building had been lost from the fire. Over the course of the last 7 to 8 days, they have installed an extensive hose lay, sprinkler, and pump system in the chalet area. We felt that it was defensible, and the fire conditions today just were very extreme.
The 5 firefighters battling that fire are safe and are still at the chalet area actively fighting the fire in an attempt to protect the 4 remaining structures. The fire grew 500 acres alone on Wednesday night, the largest growth that fire has even seen since it began. Firefighters stationed there are the only ones that are able to fight that fire, as it is currently just too dangerous to place any additional firefighters into the area.
I can't speak for the park, but I can speak for myself and Hutton's Wildland Fire Management team. We valued the Sperry Chalet. We know it was a beloved structure and has so much history for Glacier National Park, and we're sorry that it was lost.
The burning of the historic Sperry Chalet comes after the iconic building had served travelers in Glacier National Park's backcountry for more than a century. The chalet was erected in 1913 by railroad magnate James J. Hill as he and his son looked at ways to spur westward tourist travel on their Great Northern Railway. The chalet opened in 1914. Its rock and wood construction weathering decades of elements at the 6,500-foot elevation. The chalet was listed as a National Historic Landmark, and although there had been a few changes and improvements, the facility was largely unchanged, serving hikers with private rustic guest rooms and informal meals. Crews battling the Rice Ridge fire held a public meeting last night, giving residents struggling through the smoke and all these evacuations some updates as to how that fire is developing. MTN's Eric Clemens was at that meeting where senior fire officials expressed cautious optimism in the face of tumultuous weather.
Of all the challenges facing firefighters battling the Rice Ridge fire, perhaps none is more dangerous than the weather. Winds continue to blow in Seeley Lake, stoking the flames threatening so many homes. But crews say they are cautiously optimistic.
We've got some stuff here that can make a difference, and that's what we want to try to do, is make a difference and get life back to normal in Seeley Lake.
Thompson says before crews can make that difference, they need cooperation from the weather. He says fighting fire is all about seeking opportunity.
So they're looking for those opportunities where they can get in there and safely work with the winds. The winds have helped us a little bit today, and they've hurt us a little bit today.
Crews are eking out those opportunities near Morel Creek, where an excess of dead, dry trees and moss threaten to throw sparks, which could quickly spread fire.
Right now, The fuels are so dry that we're seeing that probably 8 out of every 10 sparks that land on the ground have the potential to start another fire.
During the meeting, Thompson told Sealy residents the latest on the fight. A Type 1 helicopter is hitting the Morrell Creek area to prevent further spread. Additionally, a hotshot crew is working on the eastern side of the fire, where high winds on Thursday pushed the blaze across fire lines. Crews are attempting to coax that burn into a more manageable area. Thompson told residents firefighters have secured 30 miles of line and that crews are doing what they can amid dry conditions and uncooperative winds.
We're doing the best we can with what we got. We just need a few breaks in the weather.
In Sealy Lake, Eric Clements, MTN News.
Thompson says he's hopeful that evacuees may soon be able to go home, but fire crews and law enforcement want to be absolutely certain that people will be safe before making that call. The incident commander says the last thing he wants is for people to get home only to be evacuated again. The Sheep Gap fire outside of Plains growing to 770 acres since being sparked by lightning earlier this week, adding about 500 acres just yesterday. The Sanders County Sheriff's Office placed around 50 homes under an evacuation warning late Wednesday night. The fire is located about 9 miles northwest of Plains and along the south side of Highway 200. That fire is burning in rugged terrain that has mature timber and a high number of snags. It's one of the several lightning-caused fires that started Tuesday night on the Plains Thompson Falls Ranger District. A Sealy Lake man accused of nearly striking a National Guard soldier who was manning a roadblock for an area under evacuation orders. 73-year-old Stuart Stone charged with criminal endangerment and resisting arrest in connection with that incident. Prosecutors say that Stone pulled up to a roadblock in place because of evacuations with the Rice Ridge fire. Stone made contact with the National Guard soldier who told Stone that he couldn't proceed because of evacuation orders. As that soldier radioed for assistance, Stone hit the gas and sped towards that soldier, who actually had to jump out of the way. Missoula County Sheriff's officials and deputies found the suspect vehicle at the nearby residence. When authorities attempted to arrest Stone, he resisted and tried to go back into the home before eventually being taken into custody. More than 500,000 acres is either still on fire or already burned across the state this summer. Governor Steve Bullock now urging the public to use common sense going into this Labor Day weekend. The governor says there are 23 large fires burning currently in the state. 125 aircraft and 4,000 personnel have been deployed to fight those fires. The Montana National Guard, which has been brought in to help, will increase the number of personnel fighting those blazes to 350. With high temperatures and windy conditions forecasted for the weekend, the governor doesn't want to see any human-caused fires.
This Labor Day weekend, and until conditions improve, we are asking for your continued support for our wildland firefighters, the communities and businesses impacted by the firefighters, and above all else, we're certainly asking you to take every precaution to avoid creating new fires.
Bullock also said neighboring states, including North Dakota and Washington, are prepared to lend resources to fight Montana's fires. We will continue to track fire information with on-air and online updates on Facebook and our Twitter feeds and the KPAX mobile app. Let's send on over to Lewis now this morning. He's got your forecast.
All right, thank you, Justine. Good morning, everyone. Let's talk real quick just one more time about Tropical Depression Harvey. It's starting to weaken. It's made its way on land. It's moving northeast, currently moving through Tennessee this morning, still dropping a lot of rain. We have flash flood watches and warnings all the way through the Tennessee Valley into the Ohio River Valley as this thing continues to move north throughout the weekend and pushing into the beginning part of next week. Still going to weaken though, but this just shows just what a massive storm this was. Usually these things will weaken very quickly once they hit land. It has really held together fairly well as it's tracked over the land for the past couple days. So for good news is it's starting to weaken, but man, as we all know, it really caused some damage over the past couple days. Let's take a look at our Doppler network. Here's Harvey. You can see all that rain spinning with it down here in parts of the southeast, continuing to move northeast. We have this system bringing some rain showers to parts of the Dakotas. Same exact system, though, that rolled through our area a couple days ago that brought us in the windy conditions and those lightning and thunderstorms a couple of days ago. And then moving in closer, you can see here from Montana, clear skies overhead, no rain in the forecast, and we're just going to see high pressure continuing to clear out these skies for the next several days. So let's go ahead and time out the next couple weeks for you here. Not next couple weeks, about the week and a half for you here. So we're stopping it this afternoon. Here's this ridge of high pressure. This is just the exact same pattern we've seen all summer long. This pattern is going to continue into weekend, with Sunday being the hottest day as these warm temperatures continue to build in from the south. Now next week, big ridge of high pressure out west, big trough of low pressure back east. So it's going to be feeling like fall time back east. We're talking about the Great Lakes region here. High temperatures could be only in the 50s to lower 60s. With out west, especially along the west coast, we have excessive heat watches and warnings for parts of the California, Oregon, and Washington coast. I was looking at places like Portland for the weekend. Could make it up to 100 degrees and that lasting into next week. And unfortunately, this hot weather is going to stick with us all throughout next week into next weekend. So like I've been talking about, at least guys, at least another couple of weeks, or a couple of 10 days to 2 weeks before we're going to see any sort of relief here. Here's your 7-day forecast for Hamilton. 86 today, 90s Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures in the middle and upper 80s as we move throughout next week.
All right, well, thanks, Lewis, and make sure you do stick around because we'll be back with a lot more coming up after the break. But first, here's some birthday shout-outs for you this morning.